Hey everybody, welcome back to Messy Vegan Baker. Oh, that probably made a sound. Hey everybody, welcome back to Messy Vegan Baker. I am Christina, and this week we are going to be going back onto the candy train because I decided that this year I will finish the other series, but I also want to practice candy because there's not a lot of good chocolate vegan candy out yet. I will say they have been improving a lot over the years, but I decided that I will just perfect my candy making and make all of the different kinds of candies vegan, because then whenever I want, I can just make them and enjoy them. So today we're going to be making vegan Butterfingers. I am stoked about this. I loved Butterfingers before I went vegan. Honestly, I loved a lot of chocolate bars like Snickers, Butterfingers, Kit Kats, Twix, Three Musketeers, like so good. I did research. I looked things up on YouTube and I did a lot of research on Pinterest, but Josh Weissman, I should know how to pronounce this. He has a giant YouTube channel. He had the most promising recipe because it actually uses candy like you would assume it would, like the candy syrup stuff. So we are doing his recipe today, and the cool thing is, I don't know about the chocolate, but the basic candy is already vegan. I will definitely have a link to his video down below, and I'm excited because it looks really delicious and he has really good recipes. He knows what he's doing. In case you're wondering what's happening here, I forgot to take the stickers off of my beautiful thick bottomed saucepan. It's too much of a mouthful, but my beautiful saucepan for candy. So I'm currently trying to get the last sticker off. I will talk about everything afterwards. So without further ado, let's get baking. Okay, we're back. To make the Butterfinger, you are going to make sure you have an 8x8 pan, spray it very well with oil, and then put parchment paper in the bottom with lots of overhang on both sides. It just makes the whole process of dealing with it a lot easier. And then set it aside. I did not have unsalted, I just had regular Jif peanut butter, so I just cut out the salt because that stuff is already salty enough. So if you don't have unsalted and you don't want to go to the store, then just use less salt. So you put 1.5 cups unsalted peanut butter and 1 teaspoon of salt in a heat-proof bowl. And you want it big so you have enough space to pour the sugar mixture into. And you're just going to mix the salt and peanut butter together and set it aside. Then I put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract in a bowl and just had the 1/2 teaspoon and the baking soda ready. So that way when it came time, I could quickly add it together. And then in a saucepan, ideally a thick bottomed or heavy bottomed saucepan, if you don't have one, then just a regular one, you're going to put in a cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, and a 1/4 cup of water. And you're going to make sure that you have a bowl of water, a pastry brush nearby, and then make sure you have your candy thermometer. Make sure all of that's at the stove. And then once you have all of the ingredients in the saucepan, then you're going to put that over medium-high heat, and you're just going to mix it until it's combined. And then you can stick your candy thermometer in, wipe down the sides, and then you're just going to let it boil. And if it's increasing the heat too much, then you can turn it down. I have an electric stove, so I don't have that immediate reaction of temperature, like if I decrease it. So I just started it at medium, and then I just kind of slowly worked my way up until it looked like it was climbing at a good rate. So if you have an electric oven, I recommend doing that because it's way easier than trying to turn it down, because you know it's not going to cool off that quickly as with propane. Don't forget to adjust your temperatures to your altitude or elevation. I still can't remember which one you use, but who cares. And then once the sugar syrup got to 240 degrees, you are going to turn your oven to the lowest heat setting, so like 150 for me. I put the peanut butter in the oven just to help warm it up, because I guess it helps you to mix it. You just keep letting it climb to 285 degrees, which for me was like 273, I think. And once it hits that, then you're going to, if you have a propane, I guess you can just turn the heat off and keep it there. Since I don't, I took it off the burner and I added the baking soda to the vanilla. I mixed that together. I poured it into the sugar mixture. You mix that together, and then once that's combined, you take the peanut butter out and you pour the sugar into the peanut butter and you just fold it together until it's well combined. And I guess you're still gonna get streaks. To be completely honest, I don't think I mixed mine as thoroughly as I should have. Once it's mostly combined, you're going to transfer it over to your 8x8 inch prepared pan, and you're going to smooth it out with a spatula, and then you let it set for 2 hours. I let it sit out for like 30 minutes, and then I just put it in the fridge for the other hour and a half just to help it set. I think you can do that. I don't know. I don't remember him being specific on that. So if I figure it out, I'll insert it here. If not, you can do whatever. I put it in the fridge and it turned out fine. So he legitimately tempers his chocolate. He has a really cool hack, I guess, of how to temper it. I just didn't want to go through that whole process. So I'm doing my little hack of tempering chocolate. If you want to actually try tempering it, go to his video. I'll have that linked down below. So what I did was I used a bar of Trader Joe's vegan milk chocolate and then some random amount of the dark chocolate, because that's just my go-to, and then I put a little bit of coconut oil in it, and then I just chopped up the chocolate a little bit, put it in the bowl, and then I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, and I would take it out and mix it, put it back in, mix it, and then you're good to go. And then I set that aside for a few minutes just to help it to cool down a little bit, and while that was happening, I took my Butterfinger middle, I guess, out, and I measured, and he said be very precise, but he didn't tell us, at least I don't remember him telling us what size to make, so do what you want. I used a little measuring thing, and I cut it at every inch because I want smaller pieces that more people can enjoy so I can show off, and then I can enjoy more pieces myself. So I cut them at every inch, and then I cut them first one way, and then I flipped it and I cut it in half another way, and then I decided to cut each of those halves in half. So essentially you have fourths. And then by that point in time, the chocolate was cooled enough, and I started dunking them. I used these little bamboo skewers just because it looked like a cool idea where you dunk it and then you put it on here. I think this is how he did it. He had skewers and he would put them on there, I think. And then you just kind of like smooth it out / make sure there's enough chocolate and let the extra chocolate drip off, and then you can transfer it to a pan. And I recommend either using a silicone baking mat, wax paper, or parchment paper on the pan so that you can easily just peel it off. And personally, I don't know if you should do this or not, but I found, especially if it is warmer, that it helps if you put the pan in the fridge first, so that way when you put it on the pan, it starts to cool down and it doesn't just like melt everywhere, because I've had that issue. So, and now we are here. Some of them are in the fridge. I still have to dunk some of them, but just timing, I figured I can try one and finish dunking after I film. Let me grab one. Oh, they're so pretty. They are setting pretty well now, thankfully. They weren't for a second there, so I don't know if my hack failed. It could have. Sad day, but things happen. But other than that, they look really good, and I will just say I'm very proud of myself because every time I make candy, I learn and I improve, and it's just getting more exciting. So here it is. I hope this is in focus. If not, it's fine. I could have added a little bit of the salt to the peanut butter, but this is really good. I'm honestly tempted to just leave the rest without chocolate and just enjoy the peanut butter. It has a really nice crunch, and it's just, but I like it because it's not as hard as a Butterfinger, and it doesn't get stuck in your teeth like those do. Those were my two biggest complaints about them, even though they tasted amazing. I definitely recommend, even if you have salted peanut butter like me, I definitely recommend it doing at least half a teaspoon of salt, because I think that would have just kind of like nailed it a little bit more, just brought out that flavor. But this is freaking delicious. I highly recommend making this. It's really not that complicated, especially if you have worked with sugar before, and if you haven't, why not? I think this would be a great recipe to start with. It's fairly easy, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. This makes me happy because it's one less candy I have to live without. If you guys are new here, hello, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe button. As always, I know you're probably annoyed hearing that, but it's not that hard. You can just hit just a little click. It just helps me. I'm almost at 100 subscribers, which that's very exciting because, I don't know, like that's a good milestone. So hit that like button, help me get to 100 subscribers if you want to. If you don't, well, have a nice day, I suppose. If you are a regular, hi, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. It's fun to get to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something and or were entertained, and I will see all of you lovely humans next time. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to my TV. Boop, 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 boop. That was too fast. Hey everybody. Oh, what is wrong with me? Now we can go back, whichever way that is. Does this make sense? I don't know. And here we are. Oh wait, no, just kidding. We're not there yet. Low-key jealous, but it's fine. Ooh, I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'll just edit that out. We're just gonna chill on the cookies for a minute. So, what was I saying? Oh no!